Supreme Magus. What if you were reborn in a world filled with magic and monsters, where survival meant mastering powers beyond imagination? That's the story of Supreme Magus. Meet Derek McCoy, a man who loses everything in his old life, but wakes up in a realm of magic. Through grit, determination, and a mind sharper than any blade, he rises from nothing to become a legend. This isn't just another fantasy. Every spell, every battle, every triumph is earned through hard work, making you believe in the world as much as Derek does. If you're ready for a journey of epic battles, deep characters, and breathtaking magic, Supreme Magus is the story you've been waiting for. Subscribe now and step into a world where anything is possible.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Web Audio TV. If you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button.
Supreme Magus is a captivating tale that takes you on a roller coaster of emotions, thrilling battles, and awe-inspiring growth. Meet Derek McCoy, a man whose life was a relentless storm of hardships and betrayal. With a spirit forged in the crucible of adversity, he persevered, carving out a modest existence. But just as he began to find peace, fate struck a cruel blow, ripping everything from him once more. His last act of defiance, sacrificing himself to avenge his brother's brutal murder. Yet death was not the end. Reincarnated into a realm where magic pulses through the air and monsters lurk in the shadows, Derek is reborn with a new chance at life. Now a stranger in a strange yet enchanting world, he must adapt from the ground up, starting as a powerless infant in an unfamiliar society. Through trials that test the very core of his being, Derek transforms, forging his destiny step by step. From a grieving brother to a fierce alien warrior, Derek's journey is anything but ordinary. He defies the odds, mastering the arcane and unearthing secrets of power long forgotten. Watch as he rises, reshaping his identity and purpose, until he stands above all as the Supreme Magus, a title earned through blood, sweat, and a mind unyielding in its quest for justice and freedom. This is more than a story of reincarnation and magic. It's a saga of resilience, ambition, and the unbreakable will to transcend one's limits. With breathtaking twists, epic battles, and heart-wrenching moments, Supreme Magus promises a gripping narrative that will keep you hooked from the very first page. Are you ready to embark on Derek's extraordinary journey?
Spoiler alert! I've now shared my review of the novel. Up next, I'll be giving a brief summary of the free chapters. If you don't want to encounter spoilers, this is your cue to stop watching and head over to the official site to read the novel for yourself. The link to the official site is in the description. Thanks for watching. Alert!
Derek found himself in an unfamiliar world, reincarnated as a newborn baby in a humble village. As a man who had experienced multiple lives, he initially observed his surroundings with skepticism. His new family, consisting of a bedridden mother, a teary-eyed father, and several siblings, seemed unremarkable. However, Derek's discontent vanished when he discovered the existence of magic. The midwife, after using magic to clean herself from his mischievous antics, ignited a spark of hope within him. Realizing that magic could offer an escape from the mundane, Derek meticulously memorized the midwife's spellcasting movements. The healer's subsequent use of light magic to heal his mother strengthened Derek's resolve to pursue magic. He imagined a life unshackled by the limitations of poverty or responsibility, driven by an insatiable curiosity to explore this mystical world. A baby's day. As a newborn, renamed Lith, Derek's days were peaceful but monotonous. While his body rested, his mind worked tirelessly to understand the language and grasp the mechanics of magic. Despite repeated failures, he experimented with mimicking spells. His persistence bore little fruit, but his discovery of breathing techniques, reminiscent of martial arts training, began to yield tangible results. By visualizing and manipulating energy, Lith cultivated a mana core within himself. Amid his struggles with magic, Lith bonded with his mother, Alina, who radiated warmth and affection. Her magical abilities fascinated Lith, especially her effortless use of everyday spells like conjuring water and cleaning with wind. These moments gave him insight into the widespread use of magic and further fueled his determination to master it. Unrelenting practice. Lith developed a rigorous routine, practicing magic at night and honing his breathing techniques during the day. Over time, his control improved, allowing him to manipulate earth and water magic discreetly. His cautious approach stemmed from a fear of being labeled a monster, which could jeopardize his acceptance by the family he was beginning to cherish. However, life in a struggling household posed challenges. Food scarcity made Lith limit his training to avoid consuming excessive resources. Despite his guarded demeanor, Alina and his sister Rena's care softened Litha's cynical outlook. Their kindness gradually transformed his perception, and he began to see them as his true family. Litha's hard work paid off when he mastered basic spells and invented techniques like accumulation to enhance his mana reserves. His experiments with invigoration even provided temporary relief from physical fatigue, hinting at broader applications of magic. Still, his secretive practice remained fraught with risks, as his growing hunger and occasional magical mishaps threatened to expose him. Understanding spirit magic. Litha's abilities took a significant leap when he discovered spirit magic, an advanced form of magic relying solely on his own mana. The breakthrough occurred during an incident with his envious brother Orpal, who tried to steal his food. Fueled by anger, Lith instinctively used spirit magic to force Orpal to choke on a spoonful of stolen soup. This act not only protected his meal but also unveiled a new realm of magical possibilities. Spirit magic, while demanding and limited in range, became Litha's focus. Its mastery enhanced his control over elemental magic, enabling him to refine his techniques further. His newfound abilities brought tangible benefits, such as resisting illness and cold, but also deepened his understanding of magic's complexities. Growing pains. As Lith grew older, he learned more about his family and the world. They lived in the village of Lusha, part of the Griffin Kingdom, a realm of limited knowledge and resources. His family's struggles with poverty and his sister Tista's fragile health weighed heavily on Lith. Despite these hardships, he found solace in his growing bond with his mother and Rena, while maintaining a contentious relationship with Orpal. Litha's intellect became apparent when he displayed an uncanny aptitude for learning. His ingenuity in using ashes as a makeshift writing tool persuaded his father, Raz, to teach him reading, writing, and arithmetic. Litha's rapid progress astonished his family, earning their admiration, except for Orpal, whose jealousy deepened. Balancing his growth in magic with the expectations of a curious and intelligent child, Lith navigated his early years with caution. His ability to feign innocence while secretly advancing his knowledge and powers ensured his survival in a world where being too different could be dangerous. Despite his internal struggles, Lith remained determined to unlock the mysteries of magic and secure a better future. The path of discovery. Litha's journey as a young child in a medieval world of magic began with his relentless pursuit of knowledge. By the age of 3, he had mastered the basics of reading and writing, a feat that impressed his family, though he knew it stemmed from sheer effort rather than natural brilliance. His father, Raz, crafted him a sturdy wooden ruler engraved with letters and numbers, a tool that became his constant companion. While it appeared to be an innocent learning aid, Lith secretly used it to channel spirit magic, preparing for a future that he envisioned as one of mastery and independence. The turning point came when his mother, Alina, took him and his sickly sister Tista to the village of Lusha for a checkup with Nana, the local healer. For Lith, this was a thrilling escape from the confines of their farm. The village, with its simple wooden houses and bustling yet primitive life, captivated him. He marveled at the lack of technological advancements and absorbed every detail of the early medieval world, realizing the importance of magic as a cornerstone of survival. At Nana's clinic, while waiting for their turn, Lith explored the healer's shelves and found a book on the basics of magic. It was a revelation. Through the text, he learned that elements like water, air, light, and darkness had versatile applications beyond what he had imagined. Darkness, often feared, was described as a healer's tool, while light magic provided the means to detect and correct anomalies. This newfound knowledge reshaped his understanding of magic, stripping away his preconceived notions and reinforcing his desire to master it. Litha's fascination, however, drew the attention of Nana herself. The healer caught him engrossed in her book but was soon astonished by his intellect and his ability to read fluently. At such a young age, after a brief test of his magical abilities, she declared him blessed by the light and offered him an apprenticeship when he turned 6. Lith, though outwardly
demure, felt a surge of triumph.
He was one step closer to unlocking the secrets of this magical world. The following years saw Litha's ambitions expand. Hunger was a constant in his household, and he felt the strain of his family's poverty, particularly the burden of Tista's medical needs. Determined to alleviate these struggles, Lith sought out Celia Fastarrow, a local huntress, to learn the skills of hunting and butchery. Celia, known for her sharp tongue and pragmatism, was skeptical of the scrawny boy's intentions. She struck a hard bargain, half of whatever Lith caught in exchange for her teaching. Undeterred, Lith used his spirit magic to hunt small game efficiently.
His kills impressed
Celia, who begrudgingly acknowledged his talent.
She taught him to skin, butcher, and
preserve meat, skills that not only fed his family but also bolstered their spirits.
for Lith this
Partnership was more than a survival strategy, it was an opportunity to grow stronger and
more self-reliant.
as Litha's contributions eased his family's burdens, tensions with his older brother Orpal
Escalated.
Orpal, resentful of Litha's magical abilities and their family's praise of him, often
Lashed out.
Despite this, Lith remained focused, channeling his frustrations into martial and magical training. Nights were dedicated to honing his footwork and building physical agility, while his days were spent mastering elemental spells and experimenting with their
Applications.
One fateful night, during a rigorous training session, Lith experienced an intense
Transformation.
pain coursed through his body as his mana core evolved, expelling impurities in the form of foul, black tar. The agony was unlike anything he had endured, yet it marked a breakthrough. With his mana core strengthened, Litha's control over his magic
Became unparalleled.
he could now manipulate his mana flow with extraordinary precision, visualizing it within his body like a three-dimensional scan. The transformation extended to his physical prowess. Previously clumsy and uncoordinated, Lith found his movements fluid and purposeful. He tested his enhanced abilities by destroying a row of training dummies with a mere gesture, marveling at the synergy between his body and magic. With his newfound power, Lith returned to his routines with renewed determination. He continued to hunt, train and study, all while maintaining his role as a pillar of support for his
Family.
His efforts brought moments of joy and unity, even softening the animosity between
Him and Orpal.
Yet Lith knew that his journey was far from over.
Every step forward was a
Reminder of the immense potential he had yet to realize, and the challenges that lay ahead. Strength forged in darkness. Litha's fifth year was one of profound change, both within and around him.
following his mana.
Core's evolution, Lith discovered that his body had become lighter, stronger, and more
Refined.
his senses sharpened, and even his appearance improved, blemishes faded, and his skin took on a healthier glow. However, Litha's focus was not on aesthetics but on understanding the transformation's implications. His mana had become denser and purer, allowing for more potent spells and faster casting. Testing his newfound abilities, Lith ventured deeper into the Tron Woods, seeking larger
Prey.
Armed with spirit magic and elemental spells, he hunted relentlessly, aiming to secure furs for his family and ease their struggles during the harsh winters. He found solace in his hunts, where the solitude of the woods mirrored his own internal isolation. One day, while hunting in a new area, Litha's life vision spell revealed 3 faint life forces.
Underground.
Using earth magic to collapse their burrow, he forced out 3 large rabbits. As he claimed his prize, he encountered 2 horse-mounted strangers, a haughty young
Noble and his servant.
Their arrogance was palpable as they demanded Litha's game, threatening him with noble privilege. Litha's patience frayed, and when they resorted to violence, he unleashed his magic. With ruthless efficiency, Lith used wind magic to deflect an arrow, spirit magic to immobilize the servant, and darkness magic to incapacitate the noble. Overcome by rage, Lith exacted a brutal punishment, channeling the bitterness he harbored from both his current life and
Memories of Earth.
he left the encounter victorious but shaken, his humanity tested by the power he now wielded.
Winter of Innovation.
As winter approached, Lith turned his attention to his family. Using his magic, he ensured their home remained warm and comfortable. His innovations extended to crafting practical tools, such as swings, which brought moments of joy to his siblings.
For Tista, his ailing
Sister, he took on a deeper responsibility. Through a painstaking process of invigoration and darkness magic, Lith worked to purge impurities from her body. While not a cure, his Treatments alleviated her symptoms, allowing her to experience a semblance of normalcy. Despite his efforts, familial tensions grew. Orpal, his older brother, harbored resentment toward Lith, seeing his contributions as a threat to his position within the family.
Orpal's
disdain culminated in an act of betrayal. He orchestrated an ambush, enlisting his friends to
teach Lith a lesson.
betrayal and awakening. The attack came when Lith was least prepared. Caught off guard at Celia's house, he was beaten mercilessly by Orpal's accomplices. The pain was searing, his body battered beyond recognition. Yet, amidst the agony, Lith's survival instincts surged.
Drawing on his mana, he
infused his body with elemental magic. Earth magic hardened his skin, light magic accelerated his healing, and fire magic fueled bursts of strength. His transformation was
swift and devastating.
in a whirlwind of retaliation, he incapacitated his attackers, leaving them broken and defeated. Lith's fury was tempered by pragmatism. Killing his assailants would raise suspicion and endanger his family. Instead, he staged the scene to appear as a desperate defense. When his mother, Alina, arrived, she found Lith bloodied but alive. Her heartbreak turned to resolve. As the truth unraveled, Orpal had betrayed the family. The revelation fractured their household, forcing Alina and Raz to confront the depth of Orpal's malice.
A family divided.
Orpal's actions left an indelible scar. His parents' trust shattered, and his siblings particularly.
Tista viewed him with contempt.
Raz and Alina, grappling with their son's betrayal, made the painful decision to disown him. It was a choice born of necessity, a bid to protect their remaining children from further harm. Amid the turmoil, Lith continued his pursuits. His experiments with magic yielded breakthroughs, such as refining his control over mana and discovering new applications for
elemental spells.
His focus on Tista's health deepened, and he found solace in their bond. For Lith, the hardships of winter became a crucible, forging his determination to rise above
his circumstances. A future beckons.
By the season's end, Lith stood on the precipice of a new chapter.
The lessons he had
learned about power, responsibility, and the complexities of human relationships shaped
his path forward.
Though his family remained divided, Lith's resolve to protect them and master his craft burned brighter than ever. The boy who once sought survival now embraced the mantle of a protector, his strength tempered by the scars of his journey. Rise of power and partnerships. The disowning of Orpal marked a turning point in Lith's young life, bringing both clarity and complexity to his relationships. Orpal's plotting had not only threatened the safety of their family but also fractured their trust, leaving wounds that would take time to heal. As Orpal was expelled, he was left with no name, no wealth, and no future, a fate that served as a harsh reminder of the cost of betrayal. In the days that followed, Lith saw his family grapple with the aftermath. His parents, Raz and Alina, struggled to reconcile their memories of their eldest son with the reality of his actions. Tryon, Lith's older brother, felt the weight of suspicion even after his innocence was proven, and his once confident demeanor faltered. Meanwhile, Lith's sisters, Tista and Rena, saw the change as a relief. Free from Orpal's cruelty, they flourished in the newfound peace
of their home.
For Lith, however, the drama was a mere distraction. His ambitions remained steadfast as he pursued mastery of magic, martial arts, and survival skills. Solace, the mysterious artifact bound to him, became an invaluable ally. The artifact, now bearing the name Solace after a revered fictional forge master from Lith's previous life, had begun to regain its consciousness and revealed its capabilities. Among its most useful powers was the creation of a pocket dimension, a 10 cubic meter storage space where Lith could safely stash items without worrying about their weight or perishability. Their partnership deepened as Solace offered guidance and knowledge, acting as a sparring partner and mentor. By embedding herself into mud golems, Solace allowed Lith to train in combat against dynamic, adaptive opponents, something he had sorely lacked. The golems could mimic human movements, react to his attacks, and even correct his mistakes using Solace's precise control. Through this training, Lith's martial skills advanced rapidly, while his stamina and strength improved thanks to the fusion of magic and relentless discipline. One day, during a hunt in the Tron woods, Lith encountered a formidable boar, its thick hide impervious to most of his magic. Using his wits and Celia's teachings, he lured the beast onto a patch of ice, causing it to crash into a tree. With pinpoint precision, Lith finished it with ice arrows to its eyes. The kill was satisfying but left him puzzled when the boar disappeared, only to reappear moments later. It was then that Solus revealed her sentience, and their bond deepened as they shared thoughts and memories. Solus's tragic past as a once powerful magical tower, now reduced to a fragile core, mirrored Litha's own struggles for survival and growth. Together, they vowed to rebuild their strength. As winter turned to spring, the village prepared for the annual spring festival.
For Lith, it was
A dreaded event, a rare disruption to his solitary routine, but it offered a chance to observe the dynamics of the community. Using subtle spirit magic, Lith excelled at carnival games, earning prizes for his family: a stuffed bear for Tista, a silver comb for Rena, and a silk ribbon for his mother. Despite his disdain for socializing, these small acts brought him a sense of connection and purpose. During the festival, Lith had the opportunity to demonstrate his magical prowess when Count Lark, the local noble, visited the village with a young mage in training, Ricker Trahan. Ricker's arrogant demeanor and mediocre performance highlighted the contrast between noble entitlement and true talent. At Nana's request, Lith performed a series of chore magic tricks, each more intricate than the last. The crowd was awestruck by his mastery, and even the skeptical Count was impressed. Nana, ever sharp, used the opportunity to subtly reinforce the importance of humility and effort over privilege, much to Ricker's chagrin. The festival ended on a high note, but Litha's satisfaction was short-lived. Shortly after, he faced a more serious challenge. While on his way to begin his apprenticeship with Nana, he was ambushed by a group of hired mercenaries. The leader, a mustached man with military bearing, demanded Lith turn back, using thinly veiled threats against his family. Anger surged within Lith, his mana resonating with his growing hatred for those who sought to
harm his loved ones.
With precision and ruthlessness, Lith struck first. Using wind blades, he crippled the mercenaries' horses, forcing the men to fight on foot. He unleashed his full power, combining spirit magic with elemental attacks to subdue his enemies. Despite their numbers and strength, the mercenaries were no match for Litha's ingenuity and raw determination. One by one, he eliminated them, ensuring no harm would come to his family. The encounter left Lith shaken but resolute. It was a stark reminder of the dangers he faced, both from external enemies and the moral compromises his power demanded.
He returned
to the village with renewed focus, determined to balance his ambitions with the responsibility of protecting those he cared for. Nana's mentorship proved to be a beacon of stability in the chaos.
Under her guidance, Lith
delved deeper into the intricacies of magic, refining his control and expanding his repertoire
of spells.
Solus, too, played a crucial role, her mana sense allowing Lith to understand the hidden mechanisms of magic and the potential of his mana core. Together, they discovered that mana cores followed a spectrum, with each color representing a stage of growth and power. Litha's own core, now a deep green, symbolized his progress, while Nana's cyan core served as a benchmark of what he could achieve. As the seasons changed, Litha's training and relationships continued to evolve. His bond with Solus grew stronger, their shared experiences forging a partnership built on trust and mutual growth. His family, though scarred by past events, began to heal, their unity reinforced by Litha's unwavering efforts to support them. Even the village, once a backdrop to his solitary pursuits, became a community where Litha's presence was increasingly felt. The path ahead remained uncertain, but Lith faced it with determination. Each challenge, whether a test of skill or a trial of character, shaped him into a figure of strength and
resilience.
With Solus by his side and his family in his heart, Lith forged onward, ready to face whatever the world had in store. Confrontation, discovery, and legacy. Litha's journey took a darker turn as he faced betrayal and the realities of the world's power structures. After narrowly escaping an ambush orchestrated by Baronet Trahan, Lith uncovered the plot's chilling details through sheer willpower and terrifying interrogation
techniques.
His newfound spell, Plague Arrow, proved a deadly tool, not only physically incapacitating his enemy but also distorting their sense of time, making mere seconds of torture feel like hours. The captured knight, broken by the relentless agony Lith inflicted, confessed everything. Baronet Trahan, humiliated after the spring festival, sought to remove Lith from Nana's apprenticeship. Unable to coerce Nana directly due to her immense authority as a mage, the Baronet resorted to sending his knights on a covert mission to eliminate Lith. Armed with this knowledge, Lith felt the weight of his choices. With Solas's guidance, he decided to collect evidence and seek justice rather than recklessly act on his rage. Lith returned to the village, bloodied but alive, to find Nana in a heated confrontation with the Baronet. Using the silver whistles bearing the Trahan family crest as proof, Lith presented irrefutable evidence of the ambush. Nana's response was swift and merciless. Her mastery of darkness magic ensured the Baronet and his son would meet their end before reaching home. She also reported the incident to the Mage Association, securing retribution against
The Trahan bloodline.
this encounter deepened Litha's understanding of the world's hidden hierarchies.
He realized
That mages wielded power comparable to nobles, and the Mage Association served as a formidable institution, enforcing strict rules to maintain balance. The incident solidified Litha's resolve to become a mage not only for personal power but also to protect his family from
future threats. The journey of knowledge.
Under Nana's mentorship, Lith embarked on an intensive study of magic.
His first assigned
Book, The Basics of Magic by Lakra Silverwing, revealed the profound complexities of
mana and spellcasting.
the text detailed how light and darkness magic were interconnected, two sides of the same coin, capable of healing diseases and altering conditions that seemed
Incurable.
This revelation ignited Litha's hope of curing his sister Tista's illness, though he knew it would take time and mastery. Despite his rapid progress, Lith faced an unexpected challenge in adapting to fake magic. Tier 1 spells required precise hand signs and verbal incantations, a stark contrast to the intuitive, true magic he had developed independently. For Lith, this method felt rigid and inefficient, stripping away the creative freedom he valued. However, he diligently learned these techniques, knowing they were necessary to integrate into the magical community.
A new understanding.
Solas's observations led to a groundbreaking discovery: the distinction between fake magic
And true magic.
Litha's intuitive magic relied on a deep connection with his mana core and the world's energy, bypassing the constraints of hand signs and spoken words.
In contrast, fake
Magic functioned as a simplified, foolproof system designed for accessibility but limited in
flexibility.
This revelation underscored the rarity and power of Litha's abilities, setting him apart
From other mages.
Solas theorized that the world's magical institutions deliberately suppressed true magic to
Maintain control.
history books revealed a pattern of mysterious deaths and disappearances among mages who attempted to uncover or share the secrets of true magic.
Lith realized
That mastering both forms of magic would be essential, not only to protect himself but also to navigate the treacherous landscape of magical politics. Mastery through practice. Litha's journey into true magic was arduous. He spent weeks mastering Floating Body, a Tier 1 air spell that enabled levitation. The spell required intricate hand signs and precise mana control, but Litha's efforts paid off. He eventually adapted the spell into a true magic variant, achieving smoother, more efficient levitation. This breakthrough marked a significant milestone in his magical development, reinforcing his belief in the superiority of true magic. While continuing his studies, Lith delved into the history and biographies of prominent mages, archmages, and magi provided by Count Lark. These texts offered valuable insights into the achievements and pitfalls of magical prodigies, guiding Lith in carefully revealing his
talents.
Solas assisted by cataloging critical details in a grimoire, ensuring Lith could balance
Ambition with caution. A shield and a healer.
As Lith honed his magical skills, he began assisting Nana in her duties as Lucia's healer and
Protector.
observing her interactions with the villagers and her firm stance against outside threats. Lith gained a deeper appreciation for the responsibilities tied to power.
Nana's
reputation extended beyond healing. She acted as a guardian, ensuring the safety and dignity of the people under her care. One notable incident involved a young noble attempting to exploit a villager.
Nana's swift
Intervention sent a clear message: Lucia was under her protection.
Witnessing this, Lith
Reflected on the importance of wielding power responsibly. While Nana's actions were often transactional, her role in the village highlighted the balance between authority and service. Foundations for the future. Despite his growing abilities, Lith remained grounded by his family's needs.
He continued
Hunting to provide for them, balancing his magical pursuits with practical responsibilities.
The
harsh realities of the world fueled his determination to create a better life for those he loved. Yet, he understood the dangers of exposing his true potential too soon. Guided by solace, Lith carefully calibrated his public persona, revealing just enough talent to garner respect, without inviting undue scrutiny. As Lith transitioned from a novice to a practitioner of both fake and true magic, he saw the broader implications of his journey. The power to heal, protect, and destroy came with profound ethical dilemmas. Each step forward brought new challenges, but Lith faced them with the resolve of someone determined to reshape his destiny. The trials of power and responsibility. Litha's growing mastery of magic and his evolving sense of responsibility were tested as he navigated the complexities of his new world. His lessons with Nana continued to shape his understanding of power, trust, and human nature. Nana's tales of betrayal and greed painted a grim picture of society. She explained how even good people succumbed to selfishness when their livelihoods were at stake, a lesson Lith took to heart.
Her warnings about the
cutthroat world of mages, where hidden hierarchies and cutthroat competition reigned supreme, fueled Litha's determination to tread carefully while building his strength. Despite his youth, Litha's healing skills earned him a reputation in Lucia and beyond. He adopted a strategy of kindness and pragmatism, charging farmers less for his services while ensuring wealthier clients paid in full. This balancing act allowed him to support his family and maintain a growing influence in the community. His reputation as a skilled and fair healer grew, even as he kept his more extraordinary abilities hidden. First challenges and innovations. Litha's abilities were tested when a desperate woman brought her injured child to him while Nana was away. Using his true magic and invigoration techniques, Lith healed the boy's broken arm and ribs with precision and compassion. The encounter revealed not only his technical prowess but also his growing empathy for the struggles of ordinary people. This empathy drove him to charge the woman less than Nana's usual fee, a practice he extended
to other farmers.
However, Lith dealt with wealthier clients like Renkin, the village merchant, with a firm hand. When Renkin brought his injured son to Lith and tried to haggle for a discount, Lith refused, making it clear that healing was not a charity for the rich. His uncompromising stance earned him both respect and animosity, a balance he navigated carefully under Nana's watchful eye. Recognition and merit. As Lith continued to hone his craft, Count Lark contacted him to discuss the merits Lith had unknowingly accumulated through his contributions as a healer. The farmers and villagers had sent numerous commendation letters, earning Lith the right to exchange merits for privileges. Lith requested a tax exemption for his family, a practical decision that strengthened their ties to the community and further elevated his reputation. Nana, ever perceptive, noticed the subtleties of Litha's growing powers.
She hinted at her
suspicions regarding his abilities, particularly the cosmetic spells he used to improve his family's health and appearance. Though unnerved, Lith appreciated Nana's candor and
support.
Her willingness to protect his secrets reinforced their bond, even as Lith resolved to be more cautious in the future. The Beast of Tron Woods. The tranquility of Litha's life was shattered when hunters brought news of a rampaging magical beast in the Tron Woods. The BYK, a bear-like creature infused with earth magic, had been terrorizing the area, killing cattle and hunters alike. Lith knew the threat was too close to home to ignore. After gathering information from the hunters, he prepared for a confrontation, crafting plans and equipping himself with protective gear and potions. Using Solas's mana sense and his life vision, Lith tracked the BYK deep into the woods. The beast's size and power were intimidating, but Lith relied on his strategic mind and array of spells. His initial attacks with spirit magic and lightning spears failed to penetrate the BYK's earth fusion defenses. The battle became a deadly game of attrition, with Lith leveraging the environment and his magical prowess to wear down his opponent. When the BYK finally fell to Litha's plague arrows, his victory was short-lived.
A second, larger
BYK emerged, mourning its fallen mate and vowing vengeance.
This new opponent, Ertu, was
a cunning and powerful foe. Unlike the first BYK, Ertu spoke, revealing its intelligence and mastery of magic. The battle that followed pushed Lith to his limits, forcing him to use every ounce of his strength and ingenuity. Cunning over strength. Litha's confrontation with Ertu was a grueling test of his abilities. The BYK's mastery of fusion magic and its cunning tactics nearly overwhelmed him. Litha's resourcefulness, however,
proved decisive.
By luring Ertu into a trap and exploiting its overconfidence, Lith managed to blind the beast with a concoction from his pocket dimension. He followed up with a relentless barrage of ice spears, ensuring Ertu's demise. The battle left Lith physically and emotionally drained. His victory was tempered by the realization of how close he had come to death and the knowledge that even greater challenges lay ahead. The encounter also triggered a breakthrough in his mana core, advancing it to Deep Cyan. The excruciating process of purging impurities left Lith stronger, his senses sharper and his magic more potent. Despite his exhaustion, Lith knew the evolution of his mana core brought him closer to his ultimate goals. A new reality. As Lith returned home, he reflected on the lessons learned from the battle.
Another
magical beast he had encountered in the past, reappeared, offering thanks and a gift in acknowledgement of Litha's victory over the BYKS. The Ree's presence reinforced Litha's understanding of the delicate balance between humans and magical creatures.
It also
underscored the importance of strength and respect in maintaining peace. Back home, Lith found solace in the mundane routines of family life. Yet, the changes brought by his mana core evolution were undeniable. His control over magic had reached new heights, allowing him to perform multiple spells simultaneously with ease. These newfound abilities fueled his determination to cure his sister Tista's illness and secure a better future for his family.
the weight of power.
Litha's journey was far from over. The battles he fought, both physical and moral, shaped him into a formidable figure. Yet, the burden of his power and the responsibilities it carried
Weighed heavily on him.
with Solus as his guide and confidant, Lith resolved to use his strength wisely, balancing his ambitions with the needs of those he loved.
The path ahead
Was uncertain, but Lith faced it with the resilience and determination of someone who had already overcome immense odds, mastering magic and confronting shadows. Litha's recent evolution in both his body and mana core had brought profound changes to his abilities and outlook. With true magic's precise control, he was ready to tackle one of his most personal challenges, healing his sister, Tista. Her fragile health had limited her potential for years, and Litha's newfound powers provided a chance to change that. However, the procedure was delicate and carried risks that could jeopardize her life. Lith approached his family with his plan, explaining the intricacies and dangers of his method. Using invigoration, he would target damaged cells in Tista's lungs with dark magic to destroy them, simultaneously regenerating healthy tissue using light magic. His family's apprehension was palpable, but Tista's resolve was unshaken. Trusting her brother completely, she gave her consent. Over the course of a month, Lith painstakingly carried out the treatment in stages, ensuring Tista's recovery while managing the toxins released by the process.
The results were
extraordinary. Tista's health improved significantly, and her mana core, previously stunted,
began to evolve.
Despite their joy, the family decided to keep her recovery a secret, understanding the dangers of attracting unwanted attention. Strengthening alliances. With Tista's recovery underway, Lith turned his focus to cultivating relationships that would secure his future. Count Lark, a local noble and sponsor, invited Lith to collaborate on a mutually beneficial arrangement. Litha's recent success in slaying a magical beast had earned him and the Count considerable merits. While Lith aimed to strengthen their alliance, the Count saw an opportunity to further his political standing. Litha's understanding of magic continued to deepen as he collaborated with Solus, his enigmatic companion. Together, they refined his spells, drawing inspiration from their battles with magical beasts. Lith realized the limitless potential of true magic, where each spell could be customized and adapted to any situation. These breakthroughs fueled his ambition to rise as a mage capable of reshaping his destiny. An invitation to danger. One day, Lith received a formal invitation from Count Lark to visit his manor. Despite the Count's outwardly composed demeanor, the invitation hinted at a deeper urgency. Upon arriving, Lith was introduced to the Count's children, Jaden and Kelia, and was quickly drawn into the family's turmoil. The Count revealed a dire situation. His estranged wife, Koya, sought to eliminate him and their remaining children to seize control of their assets. Koya's animosity stemmed from the Count's decision to disown their eldest children Laurent and Laika, whose actions had disgraced the family. Laurent's indulgence in gambling and assault, coupled with Laika's violent outbursts, left the Count no choice but to sever ties. However, Koya refused to accept these decisions, resorting to intrigue and assassination to
reclaim her influence. A house under siege.
The Count's plea for Litha's help placed him in a precarious position. Declining would risk the safety of his family, as Koya's retaliation could extend to them. Accepting meant entering a dangerous game of intrigue and survival. Lith agreed, on the condition that his family would be moved to the manor for their protection. The Count complied, assigning his sharecroppers to maintain Litha's farm during their absence. Lith quickly assessed the household's vulnerabilities, devising a strategy to counter potential
Threats.
He implemented rigorous safety measures, including conjuring food and water to eliminate the risk of poisoning. Using diagnostic spells like Vinayar Rad 2, Lith monitored the family's health and screened for lingering toxins. His meticulous precautions frustrated Koya's attempts to harm the household, forcing her to reconsider her approach. Shadows in the manor. To identify potential conspirators within the staff, Lith relied on Solas's unique abilities. Assuming the form of a small, spider-like construct, Solas infiltrated the manor, gathering intelligence and monitoring suspects. Her observations revealed both innocuous gossip and unsettling clues. The servants speculated wildly about Litha's origins, with some believing he was the Count's illegitimate son, a rumor that amused Solas but underscored the volatile dynamics within the household. Solas's investigations led her to a maid with above-average physical and magical attributes, raising suspicions of her involvement in Koya's schemes. However, after thorough surveillance, the maid's behavior proved innocuous. Despite these setbacks, Lith and Solas remained vigilant, knowing that uncovering the true culprits required patience and
Persistence.
a game of strategy. Litha's efforts to protect the Lark family extended beyond physical safeguards.
He advised the
Count to maintain a low profile, emphasizing discretion over aggression.
by feigning
Weakness, they could lull Koya's allies into complacency, increasing the chances of identifying and neutralizing them. However, Lith recognized the limitations of his strategy. With only limited resources and allies, he felt the weight of the situation pressing down on
him.
Despite the challenges, Litha's adaptability and resourcefulness allowed him to gain the trust
Of the Count and his children.
His unwavering resolve to protect them, coupled with his practical approach to problem-solving, earned their respect. As the household adjusted to their new reality, Lith prepared for the next phase of their defense, knowing that Koya's ambitions would not be easily thwarted.
A renewed purpose.
Amid the tensions, Lith found solace in moments with his family. Tista's newfound vitality brought joy and a sense of fulfillment that eclipsed his ambitions for power. Watching her run and laugh reminded Lith of the reasons behind his relentless pursuit of strength.
His love for
His family and desire to protect them had become the driving forces of his journey. As Lith reflected on his path, he resolved to continue growing, not only as a mage but as a protector and strategist. The battles he faced, both physical and moral, shaped him into a figure capable of navigating the intricate web of power and loyalty that defined his world. With Solas as his steadfast companion, Lith stood ready to confront the shadows that threatened his newfound sanctuary. Confronting betrayal and mastering strategy. Lith had faced countless challenges since his reincarnation, but the events that unfolded in Count Lark's estate proved to be among the most complex and emotionally taxing. These trials pushed Lith to explore new depths of strategy, power, and cunning as he unraveled plots, fought unseen foes, and strengthened the bonds with his family and allies. Unmasking the traitor. After weeks of investigation, Solas finally identified Lena Crestwick, a maid in the Count's estate, as the perpetrator behind the poisoning of the Count and his children. Her motivations were tied to the machinations of the Countess, Koya, who had been orchestrating the assassinations to reclaim control over the estate.
the poison derived from
Doomberries was insidious, but Litha's advanced healing and diagnostic techniques had nullified its effects, tipping Lena and her accomplices into panic. Knowing the urgency of the situation, Lith devised a plan to expose the traitors without compromising his position. The challenge lay in navigating the Count's sense of morality and his distaste for harsh measures. Litha's solution was as theatrical as it was effective: a staged haunting using magical illusions to terrify and extract confessions from Lena and her co-conspirators. The spectral judgment. On the fateful night, Lith orchestrated a haunting that brought the entire household to its knees. Manipulating light and spirit magic, he summoned an apparition resembling the late Count Lark, complete with glowing eyes and spectral flames. The illusion's chilling voice condemned Lena and her allies, driving them to confess their crimes in a fit of terror. Lena revealed the extent of Koya's treachery, implicating others in the household who had
Aided her schemes.
the evidence they provided, including correspondence and detailed records, was invaluable in dismantling the Countess's power.
The staged haunting left a
Lasting impression, not only on the traitors but on the Count and his family, who marveled at Litha's ingenuity, strengthening family ties. With the immediate threat neutralized, Lith turned his focus to his family, who had joined him at the estate for their safety. The luxurious surroundings of the manor were a stark contrast to their humble farm life, and the experience left them in awe. While his parents and siblings adjusted to their temporary life of opulence, Lith remained vigilant, wary of further threats. During this time, Litha's efforts to heal his sister Tista bore fruit, further cementing his family's trust and admiration. Tista's recovery was gradual but remarkable, and her improved health marked a significant victory in Litha's personal quest to protect his loved ones.
noble intrigues.
Count Lark's annulment from Koya was finalized, marking a turning point in his life and
Political standing.
the Count celebrated by hosting a grand gathering of the local nobility, an event that provided Lith an opportunity to forge new alliances and leave a lasting impression. Among the guests was Marchioness Miriam Distar, a powerful figure whose support could shape the future of the Lark family. To impress the Marchioness, Lith presented her with a handmade chess set, introducing her to a game that symbolized strategy and intellect. The gift was well received, sparking a friendly match between them. Guided by Solus, Lith displayed remarkable skill, earning the Marchioness's respect and opening the door to further collaboration.
The duel.
Litha's performance at the gathering did not go unnoticed. His reputation as a capable mage and tactician drew admiration and envy from many, leading to a challenge from Baronet
Hogam's son.
In a brief but decisive duel, Lith demonstrated his mastery of magic, defeating his opponent with a simple yet powerful display of chore magic. The victory solidified his position among the nobles and silenced his detractors.
A new chapter.
With the Countess and her allies defeated, peace returned to the estate. Lith and his family bid farewell to the manor, grateful for the experience but eager to resume their simpler lives. For Lith, the events marked another step in his journey, a reminder of the complexities of human nature and the power of strategy and adaptability. As he returned to Lucia, Lith resolved to continue honing his skills, preparing for the challenges that lay ahead. Whether facing political intrigue or magical battles, he knew that his strength, intelligence, and determination would be his greatest assets in navigating the ever-changing landscape of his new world. A new chapter of challenges and growth. As the years passed, Litha's life and the world around him underwent significant
Transformations.
Almost 4 years had passed since his initial foray into magic and combat. And while his family thrived, new challenges emerged that tested his resolve, skills, and
Ambitions.
family and transformation. 2 years ago, when Lith was just 10, his sister Rena had come of age and found love with Senton, the blacksmith's son. With Litha's help, his magic enhancing her beauty and confidence, Rena won the Spring Maiden Contest, a prestigious village event. Her marriage to Senton marked a significant social climb for the family, reflecting how far they had come since Lith began using his abilities to improve their standing. Tista, once frail and homebound, had also blossomed. Her illness cured, she began studying magic under Lith and Nana's guidance. With her mana core now deep green, Tista embraced her new freedom, making friends and living the life she had once thought
Impossible.
Though she didn't aspire to the rigorous challenges of a magic academy, Tista found joy in her simpler ambitions of becoming a magicka and inheriting Nana's practice. Lith himself had physically transformed, standing tall and strong, his body sculpted from rigorous training. At nearly 12 years old, he wielded a mana core edging toward light cyan, a testament to his relentless pursuit of power. However, this strength came with
Limitations.
his growth spurt was necessary to refine his mana core further, leaving him temporarily stalled in his magical advancement. The shadow of the academy. Despite his successes, Lith found himself at odds with Count Lark over the prospect of attending the Lightning Griffin Academy. The Count, insistent on Litha's social and academic development, viewed the academy as essential for establishing connections and advancing Litha's magical education. Lith, however, was deeply cynical about the institution. He anticipated bullying from noble peers, the suppression of his true magic, and the tedium of conforming to the academy's rigid structure. Solus echoed his concerns but encouraged him to consider the broader opportunities the academy could provide. However, Lith remained reluctant, fearing that attending would hinder his growth rather than enhance it.
A controversial rejection.
When the time came for Lith to apply, the Lightning Griffin Academy's headmistress rejected his application. Her decision was not based on Litha's merits, which were exemplary,
but on politics.
Nana, Litha's mentor, was a fallen mage who had brought shame to the mage
association.
This association with Nana tainted Litha's chances, regardless of his
achievements.
Count Lark, furious at the injustice, publicly denounced the Academy's decision, vowing to withdraw support for the institution. His passionate defense of Lith revealed the depth of his investment in the young mage's future. Lith, while secretly relieved to avoid the Academy, couldn't ignore the Count's disappointment or the blow to his own ambitions. Revelations from Nana. In the wake of this rejection, Nana revealed secrets about the Academy that deepened Litha's understanding of what he had lost. Access to spellbooks, specializations in advanced magic, and the ability to acquire and wield magical items were just some of the benefits he would
miss.
Most enticing was the prospect of becoming a forge master, a specialization that would allow Lith to imbue objects with magical properties, unlocking endless possibilities. Nana's revelations rekindled Litha's interest in pursuing these opportunities, though the path forward seemed fraught with obstacles. The rejection stung not because of the denial of admission but because it highlighted how politics and prejudice could stifle even the most talented individuals.
A battle in the woods.
As Lith grappled with his feelings of frustration and determination, a new threat emerged in the Tron Woods. The Re-King Protector sought Litha's help to confront a monstrous entity known as an abomination. These creatures were the result of failed magical evolutions, leaving them with immense power and mindless destruction in their wake. The abomination, nicknamed the Wither, was unlike any foe Lith had encountered. Its mere presence drained life from its surroundings, leaving a barren wasteland in its path. Joined by the Re and two other magical beast kings, Lifebringer and Reaper, Lith faced the Wither in a battle that tested his limits. The fight against the Wither. The Wither's shadowy form and corrosive aura made it a formidable opponent. Litha's initial attacks, including fireballs and wind spells, were severely diminished by the creature's dark fog. The combined efforts of the magical beast kings provided a brief respite, allowing Lith to strategize. Drawing on his knowledge of fusion magic and his unique understanding of mana manipulation, Lith coordinated with the Re and the other kings to trap the Wither. The battle pushed him to his physical and mental limits, requiring precise coordination and unrelenting
determination.
The Wither's defeat was a hard-won victory, but it came at a cost.
The toll on the forest and
the injuries sustained by the magical beasts underscored the destructive power of such
entities.
For Lith, the encounter reinforced the need to continue growing stronger and mastering his abilities. Reflection and resolve. In the aftermath of the battle, Lith reflected on the lessons learned from the Academy's rejection and the fight against the Wither. The setbacks and challenges he faced highlighted the importance of resilience, adaptability, and the support of allies like Solus and Protector. While his path remained uncertain, Lith resolved to pursue his goals with renewed determination, forging his own path in a world that often seemed intent on holding him back. As he returned to his family and the relative tranquility of Lucia, Lith knew that his journey
was far from over.
The road ahead would be fraught with danger and intrigue, but Lith was prepared to face whatever came his way, armed with his growing power and unyielding
resolve.
The path to mastery and the burdens of power. Litha's journey took a darker turn with the arrival of an entity known as the Wither, a creature born from failed evolution. The battle against this abomination tested not only Litha's magical prowess but also his understanding of life, death, and his own potential.
The aftermath of
this battle and the challenges that followed pushed Lith to refine his abilities, confront the politics of his world, and make decisions that would shape his destiny. The Wither, a battle against despair. The Wither was unlike any foe Lith had faced. It radiated an unnatural black mana that devoured life and mana alike, leaving desolation in its wake. Lith joined forces with the Re king, protector, and other magical beasts to confront the threat. For days, the group engaged in a grueling struggle, their coordinated attacks barely keeping the creature at bay. Litha's life vision revealed the horrifying truth. The Wither was not a creature of strength but
one of endless hunger.
its essence was bleeding mana, making it a walking paradox of immense power and unsustainable existence. Realizing that light magic could not counter its darkness, Lith turned to dark magic, using it to neutralize the Wither's aura and trap it. In a final, desperate maneuver, Lith channeled his rage and compassion into a concentrated attack, shattering the Wither's core and ending its torment. Yet, as he glimpsed its memories, he recognized its struggle mirror his own, a being striving for survival in an unforgiving world. The victory, though necessary, left him haunted by the realization of how close he could have come to a similar fate. The politics of healing. After the battle, Lith returned home to rest but was soon drawn into a new political storm. Count Lark's relentless lobbying had brought Lith to the attention of Marchioness Mirim Distar, a powerful noble seeking his aid. Her daughter suffered from a unique magical poison that defied all known remedies. Skeptical of Litha's abilities, the Marchioness tested his patience and skill by imposing her authority, leaving Lith no choice but to comply. Litha's investigation revealed the poison's intricate design. It disrupted healing spells, turning them into destructive forces. Using his mastery of mana manipulation, he devised a way to isolate and remove the poison. The procedure required days of preparation, during which Lith carefully balanced the need to appear competent without exposing his full potential. When the day came, Lith executed the cure flawlessly, restoring the Marchioness's daughter to health. His success not only earned the Marchioness's gratitude but also secured her backing for his future endeavors. Yet, Lith remained wary, recognizing her offer of support was as much a political move as a personal gesture. Academy admission, a test of strategy. With the Marchioness's influence, Lith was granted a chance to attend the prestigious White Griffin Academy. The admission test was grueling, designed to evaluate a mage's foundational skills and potential for growth. Lith approached it with calculated precision, determined to showcase enough talent to secure his place without drawing excessive
attention.
The test began with basic chore magic, where Lith demonstrated perfect silent casting across multiple elements, culminating in the creation of a mana hexagram, a rare feat few magicians could achieve. The display left the examiners in awe, as it mirrored the legendary technique of Magus Locra Silverwing. Lith followed with a series of tiered spells, carefully limiting his performance to avoid
suspicion.
By the time he completed the exam, the faculty was abuzz with speculation about
his potential.
The Marchioness, watching from the sidelines, expressed confidence in his acceptance, though Lith remained cautious, knowing that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, reflections, and resolutions. As Lith prepared to begin his journey at the Academy, he reflected on the events that had
brought him to this point.
The battle against the Wither had reinforced his belief in the importance of strength and resilience. The political machinations of the Marchioness and the Academy reminded him of the complexities of navigating power dynamics in his world. Litha's goal was clear: to master magic in all its forms, protect his family, and carve a path to
greatness.
Whether through combat, healing, or forging alliances, he resolved to face each challenge with the same determination that had carried him through his battles thus far. The future remained uncertain, but Lith was ready to embrace it, armed with his growing abilities and unyielding resolve.
The path to mastery and the burdens of power. Litha's journey took a darker turn with the arrival of an entity known as the Wither, a creature born from failed evolution. The battle against this abomination tested not only Litha's magical prowess but also his understanding of life, death, and his own potential. The aftermath of this battle and the challenges that followed pushed Lith to refine his abilities, confront the politics of his world, and make decisions that would shape his destiny. The Wither, a battle against despair. The Wither was unlike any foe Lith had faced. It radiated an unnatural black mana that devoured life and mana alike, leaving desolation in its wake. Lith joined forces with the King, Protector, and other magical beasts to confront the threat. For days, the group engaged in a grueling struggle, their coordinated attacks barely keeping the creature at bay. Litha's life vision revealed the horrifying truth. The Wither was not a creature of strength, but one of endless hunger. Its essence was bleeding mana, making it a walking paradox of immense power and unsustainable existence. Realizing that light magic could not counter its darkness, Lith turned to dark magic, using it to neutralize the Wither's aura and trap it. In a final, desperate maneuver, Lith channeled his rage and compassion into a concentrated attack, shattering the Wither's core and ending its torment. Yet, as he glimpsed its memories, he recognized its struggle mirrored his own, a being striving for survival in an unforgiving world. The victory, though necessary, left him haunted by the realization of how close he could have come to a similar fate. The politics of healing. After the battle, Lith returned home to rest, but was soon drawn into a new political storm. Count Lark's relentless lobbying had brought Lith to the attention of Marchioness Miriam Distar, a powerful noble seeking his aid. Her daughter suffered from a unique magical poison that defied all known remedies. Skeptical of Lith's abilities, the Marchioness tested his patience and skill by imposing her authority, leaving Lith no choice but to comply. Lith's investigation revealed the poison's intricate design. It disrupted healing spells, turning them into destructive forces. Using his mastery of mana manipulation, he devised a way to isolate and remove the poison. The procedure required days of preparation, during which Lith carefully balanced the need to appear competent without exposing his full potential. When the day came, Lith executed the cure flawlessly, restoring the Marchioness's daughter to health. His success not only earned the Marchioness's gratitude, but also secured her backing for his future endeavors. Yet, Lith remained wary, recognizing her offer of support was as much a political move as a personal gesture. Academy admission, a test of strategy. With the Marchioness's influence, Lith was granted a chance to attend the prestigious White Griffin Academy. The admission test was grueling, designed to evaluate a mage's foundational skills and potential for growth. Lith approached it with calculated precision, determined to showcase enough talent to secure his place without drawing excessive attention. The test began with basic chore magic, where Lith demonstrated perfect silent casting across multiple elements, culminating in the creation of a mana hexagram, a rare feat few magicians could achieve. The display left the examiners in awe as it mirrored the legendary technique of Magus Lacra Silverwing. Lith followed with a series of tiered spells, carefully limiting his performance to avoid suspicion. By the time he completed the exam, the faculty was abuzz with speculation about his potential. The Marchioness, watching from the sidelines, expressed confidence in his acceptance, though Lith remained cautious, knowing that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, reflections, and resolutions. As Lith prepared to begin his journey at the Academy, he reflected on the events that had brought him to this point. The battle against the Wither had reinforced his belief in the importance of strength and resilience. The political machinations of the Marchioness and the Academy reminded him of the complexities of navigating power dynamics in his world. Lith's goal was clear: to master magic in all its forms, protect his family, and carve a path to greatness. Whether through combat, healing, or forging alliances, he resolved to face each challenge with the same determination that had carried him through his battles thus far. The future remained uncertain, but Lith was ready to embrace it, armed with his growing abilities and unyielding resolve.